Hey, No Brains, No Headache listeners. You can find every episode on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to your favorite shows. Episodes are available to watch on YouTube, where you can subscribe, like, and comment on each episode. Make sure to follow No Brains, No Headache on your favorite social media platform for up to date news, clips, and poorly timed jokes. Now, let's get into this week's episode.
No brains, no headache. That's the way I like it. Turn my worries into jokes. Set them on fire while we light it.
Welcome to No Brains, No Headache Podcast, episode 281. I am just so happy to be here and continue in my podcasting career after several trips to the store. I had a full-on conversation with Chat GPT earlier, and I was like, I'm frustrated. And they're like, your frustration is understandable. And then I threw my computer off my balcony. Also, I tried to log into my other computer. I was like, okay, I'm just going to test it out. I can't remember the goddamn passcode. So I'm just locked out of my other computer. So I'm having a great day, but I'm happy to be your host, Jordan Weichel. Happy to be here. Damn glad to do so. You're probably like, Jordan, you sound like shit again. And that's because I'm raw dogging another episode. I want to say thank you to all of our loyal listeners over the last about 8 weeks, I would say, of just week in, week out. You don't know what kind of quality you're going to get from No Brains, No Headache, yet you still keep tuning in. And I appreciate that about you. Our Venmo is NBNH Media if anybody wants to donate, because I'm going into just debt to make this happen. And I guess that's what I get. I'm trying to move across the country. I just start a new life somewhere else, take some bold chances. And all I got was a quick, swift kick in the nuts by what we call fate. Okay. But next to me is my co-host, confidant, longtime friend, fellow comedian. He's looking good. He's the glue of the operation right now. Praise be the one, the only. I call him Ongo. It's Matt Cleary. Ongo, how we doing today?
Good. I went to a comedy show last night. Our boy David Keckner, from Out Cold, Anchorman, The Office. He was pretty funny.
Who are his openers?
He didn't have one. He literally just got up there, did like 50 minutes of comedy, and then got off the stage. But you could tell when he like forgot jokes or something, because then he would just like start saying quotes from movies.
It's a very effective method when you're in a tight spot on stage. Just say a random movie quote.
Yeah, and then everyone would just lose their minds, and then he'd be like, "Oh yeah, where was I? Divorce." He had this great bit, like it's so clever too. It was so he was like talking about getting divorced, and he's like, they don't tell you like when you get married that your wife's not like a steak. You can't just send it back. Like it's like I ordered that medium rare, and this was a bitch.
It was
like
beyond well done.
Yeah, he was good. Yeah, it was a fun show, but this week, I'm a slower driver. I drive pretty much the speed limit, and that's about it. And some guy went flying by me and just laid on his horn. I was going 35 and a 35. And turns out that's a big trigger for me. So I followed the guy for about, I don't know, 2 miles till he pulled into his driveway. And then I sat there for about 5 minutes and then drove away. I just want to know, am I the asshole for driving the speed limit?
You were right at the threshold?
Yeah, I was like going 37 and a 35.
Oh, okay. Then I would say no. I was about to say if you're going 35 and a 35, like just like come to Arizona. If you don't add 10 to 15 to your miles per hour, like you will get the finger, you'll get honked at. People don't like that.
Yeah, so I don't like driving in big cities. basically anything over 100,000, I'm not driving.
Yeah, I saw somebody get dropped off at Guitar Center earlier in a Waymo, and the dude just like took like 3 minutes to get out of the Waymo, just held up traffic. And I'm just saying, if you hear of a homicide situation in the next 24 to 48 at a Guitar Center, chances are it's me. I'm just gonna go ahead and preemptively admit to it. Yeah, I was really close to losing my marbles. Nadroj, as some may know, my angry alter ego, Nadroj coming out. But I don't think you're the asshole in that situation.
Can we safely say that Guitar Center is joining Applebee's on the boycott list?
Let me try to take this mixer back and see what they say, because I know that I even asked today when I was there, because I bought more shit. They said they had a pretty stern 45-day return policy. So let me go through that first, and then I'll get back to you.
Honestly, what I would do is I would just take in like your mic, the computer, and be like, set this up for me, or I'm going to set fire to this store.
Well, it's like, and just for clarity with our listeners, like, I bought a brand new MacBook. I bought a brand new mixer. I grabbed some microphones, the same one that Matt's using right now. That's a $400 microphone. Like, after like the first year or two of this podcast, like Matt and I decided to go all in, and we bought the best stuff because we're like, you know what? Like, we just want the best stuff. We don't want these issues. And now I'm running into issues. And the first time that I used that mixer and this $1,900 MacBook together, it was awesome. Matter of fact, I sounded too loud. Like, I could have probably turned it down a touch. And I was planning on it, although I haven't been granted that opportunity yet because it doesn't fucking work. But that's what I get. And I just want to say thank you to my boy, Chat GPT, for talking me through this. Me and Chat have just been getting along great lately. Honestly, probably my closest friend down here in Arizona. I'm thinking about getting metal legs.
Yeah. So I was going to say that's sad, but what I'm about to say next is going to make that look normal. I discovered the TikTok shop about 3 months ago, and I've pretty much been ordering every single thing I can imagine on it. And I do this thing where I add things to my cart, and then when I get super drunk, I'll go in and I hit buy, and things will start showing up at my house. Like I got this, it's like I'm looking at it right now. It's like a 28-inch corduroy wiener dog pillow that I have absolutely no use for. And I thought that was bad until I opened the next package. And for some reason, I thought I needed a Sakakawea style water bottle.
Does it just taste, the water just tastes like leather?
Yeah. No, it's like plastic on the inside. Like it's cheap as shit. But like, who would be like, imagine just having this on in public where you're just like walking down the street and you're like, oh.
But maybe you're onto something there. Like, you know how you can't take liquids into like events, concerts, sporting games? Maybe like if a woman was wearing that and kind of tucked the little mouthpiece under her armpit, like maybe you could sneak booze into a game. Like maybe you're onto something there.
I feel like there's just other ways of like probably, and what leads me to believe is it came with like a second cap underneath it that makes it like impossible to drink and it's really hard to get off. But the fact that it came with that leads me to believe that this is not going to hold any water without that other cap on. And it's also like 9 ounces. Like who's going to be like, well, going on a long journey, I need about a half pound of water. So got to figure out when I'm going to use that. Don't know when it's going to be, but I need to set some boundaries with the TikTok shop. One of the other things that I bought was I did like 3 years ago on some sort of Kickstarter. I donated $20 to it's like a little revolver that you put bullets into, and then you attach a beer on the end, and then it pops it, and then you have to shotgun it. So it's like a roulette thing. I
It's also
completely
called a key. You can just
yeah,
use a key.
I completely forgot about it. And 3 years goes by and it comes in the mail today, and I'm like, I have zero interest in using this. Also, it
They
just
shipped it to you 3 years later.
I think they were like waiting to get fully funded or something, but I had just completely written off my $20. But yeah, so now I have that. The studio's starting to stock up with my purchases. None of them are good.
I can only imagine, like, even before I left, I would have grabbed all of your shit and put it elsewhere, and I guarantee it's all back in there. So.
No, that stuff's still sitting on my dresser. And you also did sell my musical instruments at your garage sale, which every time I think about it makes me a little bit more upset than I was before.
Because you were definitely getting really into playing the ukulele.
I was on the precipice of getting into it.
Matt, how's screenwriting going?
Good. I have an entire premise, 6 episodes, and about 1 episode done of it. Turns out screenwriting, pretty long process.
You know what else is a long process? Trying to buy all the equipment for your podcast and none of it working. You know what's a long process? Picking up all the pieces of your MacBook when you huck it off your balcony into your parking lot onto the pavement.
I really hope that like you go into Guitar Center or wherever you buy it, and they're like, oh yeah, you just have to hit this one button, and it's like one preference on your computer.
I don't know. I'm still at a loss of words. You'd think like 5.5 years into this, like I've self-taught all my stuff. Our very first episode, Matt and I got just wasted, as one should, on their first podcast episode. Everybody knows that's what you do when you're trying to start a podcast. You just indulge heavily in the alcoholic beverages.
I bought a 175 of vodka for that episode.
I was up until 5 o'clock in the morning trying to figure out how to like edit it properly. And I didn't figure anything out. I gave up and I just uploaded it. The title of the episode was Exclusive Interview with Michael Vick. Didn't have Michael Vick. And then the art was a picture of Kim Kardashian's cleavage for clickbait. Did it work? Hindsight, you could say yes. You could argue yes.
I mean, it's one of
like so hungover the next day.
I think I went to work the next day and I was just like, what the fuck?
I think you're up with me until like 1 or 2 in the morning, and then you're like, yeah, I gotta go to bed. I'm like, all right, I'll just keep trying this. And now we're here. Here we are in the recording on January 12th in the year of our Lord 2026. So we got there.
Yeah, what do you got for a dry January theory?
So I had that theory last week. Just a quick reminder for context. My thought for dry January was you could have a beer, but then you couldn't have your next beer if you hypothetically poured that beer on you until you were dry again.
Yeah.
You know, quite literally dry January. Now this one's a little more simpler. And like it's definitely a case by case basis on if this would make sense, but essentially I went and watched football the week 18 of the NFL regular season, and I was like way ahead of schedule. I had a lot of time to kill, and I was gonna like head to the bar and just watch the game, keep it casual, and I did. But I looked it up. I was like, well, how far away is this place? Like, it's like a 5-minute drive from my place. And it was like 1.8 miles. And it was a beautiful day out. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to walk. like get my steps in, walk there. I did it in 34 minutes. Pretty impressive. No big deal. So yeah, essentially my new dry January theory is you can go to the bar, but you have to walk to and from. Now for the people who like live in, let's just say like Brooklyn, for example, they literally live above a bar.
Yeah, it's slippery slope.
They don't even own a vehicle. They already always walk to the bar. For me, it's not too bad. Like a 35-minute walk isn't too bad. The weather's pretty decent. Can't complain. For you, depending on the weather, like you could bundle up a little bit. And I mean, you've walked to the local watering hole before. About how long does that take you?
It's exactly 1 mile from the front door there to the end of my driveway, so about 2.5 hours to walk there. Actually, it's probably like 15 minutes.
Yeah, about
If that.
20 minutes, give or
But
take.
on the way back, I always think like I always turn right, like right after that dental office, and in my mind, I'm like shortcut, and then I end up in a cul-de-sac, and I'm like, where the fuck am I?
Right, take a ride after that dental dam.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's just my other dry January. I think it doesn't apply to if you live in an urban metropolitan area. If you live above a bar, that doesn't apply. If you live above a bar, you have to do the pour the beer on your head theory. If you
See,
live more than a mile or more away from the bar, then you can do the walk, but you have to walk to and from.
I think like what you have to do with this, because then it would work for everything, is you have to walk over 1.5 miles one way to a bar if you want to drink in dry January, because that could work anywhere.
And then that works for me. My favorite place to go is 1.8 miles away. So that's perfect. But I was also at the bar last night. I worked all weekend. And so I didn't really get to sit down and watch any of the football games except for one. That one I got to watch was the goddamn Chargers and Patriots, where they didn't score a touchdown till the fucking fourth quarter. Yeah, just an absolute snooze fest. But I went and I got an appetizer, and I did indulge in a beer. Thank you. I also had an old fashioned. I don't know why. I don't know what got into me. I was just like, I'm craving an old fashioned, and it was good, but I just probably could have went without that. But I'm sitting there. I order some sliders and having a beer, watching this shitty football game, and then next to me, to my right, an Asian fella sits down, and the TV directly in front of him was replaying the Steelers Ravens Week 18 game. Winner advances, loser goes home. We all know it. What's the kicker's name? Tyler Loop? Something Loop? I don't know. He misses the field goal wide right. Ravens miss the playoffs. Harbaugh gets fired. The rest is history. But when he sat down, there's about halfway through the fourth quarter, and there's a lot of scoring late in that game. And I'm sitting there minding my own business. I'm watching the Chargers-Patriots game directly in front of me. But he's into the Steelers-Ravens game, and he's emotionally responding to these big plays. Like a gazoon tight.
Yeah.
The Steelers scored a touchdown. He's like, oh, yeah. Yeah, he's all getting into it. The Ravens scored a touchdown. He's like, oh, whoa, son of a. And I knew that the field goal was going to miss. So we get to the field goal, and I couldn't help myself, but I recorded this guy.
Let's see if it comes through. It's kind of funny.
Yeah, they missed the field goal. Dude, I should have kept recording, but I didn't want to be like too obvious, invasion of privacy. Keyword invasion. See what I did there?
It's Asian of privacy.
Yeah, and yeah, this guy fully was emotionally invested into the Steelers-Ravens replay. Well, there was a live playoff game on the TV right next to it, but I kind of blew the opportunity to take advantage of that. I should have bet him on the game, and I didn't. But what can you do?
We've all done it. First time I went to Vegas, the last night we spent watching the 1989 Sweet 16 game between Colorado and someone. And we were like, nobody look it up. And we were just screaming at each other to see who would win. It's actually pretty fun. But yeah,
that's all I have for housekeeping. Let's get into the episode, shall we?
Okay. Let's party.
I've been so many things about restaurants have happened to me this week. We'll start it off with Saturday. I was helping my brother out, and then I had to get home, and I was gonna get ready to go up to I had a show out of town. And so I'm like, I'm just gonna grab something quick to eat. Restaurant that was right by my brother's house, we'll call it Taco John's. Was right there, and I go order like a chicken griller and some potato olays. Takes like 10 minutes. I get my bag. I'm like, I'm already kind of late. I need to go home and shower and stuff. So I grab the bag and I just drive home. Turns out my order was completely wrong. They gave me no potato olays, one steak burrito and one bean burrito. And I just ate that. Turns out, no matter what you eat from Taco John's, it's going to have the same ending, and it's going to involve you yelling on a toilet. And then today I went to my local sandwich shop right by my office, and I go there all the time. And I wanted some soup, and they had 3 different soups. I'm like, okay, I've never had any of these soups. So I ask her and I say, hey, what's your favorite soup? Which one should I get? And you'd think that that's like a common question at a restaurant, but she was like refused to answer. She's like, boy, I don't know. I'm like, I'm not asking you a legally binding law question. I'm asking you, what $4 soup should I get for lunch? And she like literally was like, well, the broccoli cheese is pretty good. She's like, so is the chicken enchilada. And the roasted red pepper I really like too. So I'm like, okay, you just named all 3 soups and said the same exact thing about them. So I got the roasted red pepper, and it was just very average. So wasn't happy about that. And another thing that came up in local Bismarck Mandan people just go absolutely bananas when there's a new restaurant in town. Like
it's like the best thing in the world. And it's
like
just
IHOP
restaurant.
Yeah, IHOP opened. They're like, we don't have anything like this. It's like, yeah, you can't get breakfast food anywhere. And then like everyone goes there. I once heard someone say, I'm gonna go over to Mandan. They just got a new Arby's. Mind you, we have 3 Arby's in Bismarck they could have gone to.
Arby's? What about? I'm sorry, I'm putting in a bet right now.
Never mind. You can go.
Oh, my turn?
Yeah,
No, you keep talking. I gotta put a bet in right now. Just give me a sec. Just 5 minutes till game time. I'm doing a parlay. I told myself weeks ago I'd quit doing parlays. Here we are. Should I go 60 plus or 70 plus for Nico Collins over?
I don't care.
What do you think? Do you think he's gonna have a big game?
I don't know who Nico Collins is.
That's the wide receiver for the Texans. Also, and I hate to talk so much about sports early on because we're gonna like finish up with it, but wasn't Stephon Diggs just like arrested the other day and he's just on the field playing? What happens with that?
He choked his chef or something.
No, I know he broke like he broke the law or whatever, but like is there just no repercussions whatsoever, or is it like we'll deal with this later kind of thing?
I don't know.
Oh, what do I have? What's on the old rundown? Oh, Matt, random scenarios for you. And I definitely didn't think of these while I was very high on a walk, just to be clear. So you're on a walk in a park or a trail, and you pass by people, and like, you're just trying to be friendly, maybe give them a smile or say hi or good morning or just something quick, acknowledge them. but maybe it's a loop, and then they pass you again. What's your policy on the second time around? What's happening there?
Weird smile and a head nod, like one of the
like the one of these.
yeah, and not even a like, oh, what's up? It's more of a kind of thing.
Like the hey, what's up? Okay, and then my next one is bathtub shower, right? Can you picture that for me with the curtain? Not just a shower, it's the bathtub shower. Um, what side do you get on? Do you get on the near side to the shower head or the far side?
Is the water on yet?
The water's you started it up, you're getting it nice and warm, it's ready to jump in the shower. What side are you getting on?
I go closer to the shower head.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, I think that like hotels that have the really long just shower ones that have the controls on the opposite side of the shower head is like such a game changer so that you don't have to like singe your balls trying to turn it off scalding hot.
Yeah, no, I don't know, but I just thought of this the other day. I don't know how I came up with this. But yeah, that's what else do I have? Oh yeah, just shower. I think people are serial killers who get on the non-shower head side because you can kind of duck under it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like you
like
get in on the shot, like you and I are saying, you get in on the shower, you kind of just get in there. The other one, I feel like you're prone to accidents, a slippage, perhaps.
yeah, it's kind of like the do you do the toilet paper under or over? And it's
Yeah.
like it's clearly over. But if it's under, does it really matter? It's just different.
Also, bars of soap are lame.
Yes. One time I bought like an industrial amount of Irish Spring bars of soap, and I was using them for over a year. And I was like, my skin hurts so bad. And then I look at the box of one of them. Like I went through like probably 7 or 8 bars of soap, like using as body wash. I was using hand soap for my entire body. My body was like cracking, other
Like
than my hands were in phenomenal shape, but like everything else hurt.
like the Irish Spring was meant to be hand soap.
Yeah.
No, I got like a bar of soap for Christmas. Obviously grateful for the gift. Don't get me wrong, but I used it. First of all, it just smelled like nothing.
It's like, oh, this is lavender scented. It's like all bars of soap smell the exact same. They smell like soap.
But then you use it and you're lathering up, and then with a bar of soap, it's a lot slicker on the skin than normal soap. And this is the type of in-depth conversations you can get with No Brains, No Headache, is discussing the slipperiness of bars of soap. But what you do is you be thorough, and then you kind of wash your legs, and then you say, hey, you know what? The bottom of my feet haven't been cleaned in a while. Let me get those. And then you slip in the shower, and it is a mess.
Have you ever actually slipped in the shower?
I don't think I have, but dude, I cleaned the bottom of my feet the other day and it was slip slop applesauce because holy shit.
One time this was in college. I was just wasted, like right before we were about to go out. And I'm in that old shitty bathroom in the upstairs of my college house. And I slip and go like ass, like legs up, and I like kick the faucet So like I have a gash in my leg, and then as I do that, I grab the rubber ducky shower curtain and somehow like spin myself into it. So I'm just burritoed in the rubber ducky shower curtain, bleeding, laying on the ground of the shower.
That bathroom was one of few in the entire world where you could take a shit, wash your feet, and brush your teeth at the same time.
Oh yeah, it was the size. Like I think a porta potty had more usable square footage than that bathroom.
It's seen some better days, that's for sure.
I mean, it was easy to clean. You could just basically open the door, throw a flashbang in there, and it would just.
Pretty much. What else do we got?
I came up with like what ifs on the Titanic. So you know how I was recently watching like the scene from Titanic when they're like women and children only, and like all the dudes are just lined up, and I was like, okay, like what if they came up with different scenarios of who got on the lifeboats first? Like one that I came up with was for the game Cards Against Humanity. Whoever pooped last goes first. What if they're like, all right, get in order of last time you took a dump. That's how we're getting off this. Because like we don't know how long we're going to be on those lifeboats. We don't want to have people just pooping off the sides into the Atlantic.
That's true. But I feel like that could be a dangerous thing where people are just pulling down their pants and squatting right then and there. A life and death situation, I'll poop on the deck.
You could poop on command. I don't know if I could perform. Actually, given any moment, I could poop.
Yeah, I think the performance anxiety wouldn't be great for me.
It would make you nervous. Then you just have fucking epic diarrhea on the deck of the boat.
Pretty much.
Another one I thought of was like essential workers only. So it's like, I'm a doctor. It's like, okay, get on. It's like, I sell insurance. It's like back of the line.
You know what? Just cocks his gun and shoots him.
I sell Mary Kay products and just pushes her overboard.
This is true. It's like the modern day cowboy and accountant comparison.
It's like I own a large ranch that feeds the world. It's like you're first on the boat. I sell protein shakes to people that are super fat. Pushes off the side of the boat. Another one would be like salary based. It's like, how much money did you make last year? They're like $12,000. It's like, go back down to third class.
They just happen to have their tax return in their jacket. They're like, actually, and they just pull out a sheet of paper.
This one would be really funny just for the logistics of it if they just announced that they're like, lifeboats are first come, first serve, and then everyone just runs towards them. This one would be all pandemonium, and I really like it because just like the peripherals of what happens afterwards is all the crew leaves first, and then everyone else just has to figure out how the lifeboats work afterwards.
That one would be definitely a natural selection right there choice.
Yeah, but I mean, like there could be so much like different ways of like, all right, everyone with brown hair, you're free to get on the lifeboats. Everyone else, third class.
It's like that Key and Peele skit where he's trying to board the plane, and then they call like everybody except him. Even towards the end, it's like, all right, drunk guy or any disabled military personnel with babies, and a guy in army uniform in a wheelchair with a baby comes up.
I was like, I think like the last time I flew, I told you I was like zone 8 or something, and I was like, I didn't even know the zones went up that high.
Even if I am the first zone, I don't want to like board that early. It's like I want to be on that plane as little as possible.
Yeah, well, that too, but I also like if I'm like first class or comfort, I want to get a drink or two in me, and then I want to be snoring by the time the plane takes off.
I don't know.
I've been in this routine of like my classic like 3 hour flights. That's usually like max what I do. Because apparently I just don't go anywhere far or exotic. I'll like download a movie and like good energy. It's like the one thing about flying on a plane, like in traveling, is just like you get to turn your phone on airplane mode. So it's like unless you have one with Wi-Fi, but let's be honest, we're flying the cheapest airlines known in human existence. So you got to turn your phone on airplane mode. You don't have to deal with anybody. No emails, no social media, no text, nothing. It's kind of a relief. Also, you're getting on a flight, you're going up tens of thousands of feet in the air, no responsibilities. You just kind of got to sit there and do your best to not shit your pants.
Oh man,
It's relaxing. So I watch a movie for like a half hour and then I get super tired and then I fall asleep for like 20 minutes and then I wake back up. I'm on a plane, try to watch my movie, doesn't work.
yeah, I've been getting really good at downloading enough things to get me through the flight. I'm also really bad about like drinking a ton of beer and then having to piss on the flight. Like a couple of time like flights ago, I accidentally couldn't get out of the bathroom. Like I like locked myself in there for like a good amount of time. Um, yeah, that was a tough one. I was gonna say you were talking about like cheap airlines. Spirit and Allegiant have merged.
Mm,
They got bought out for $1.5 million or $1 billion,
I was about to say $1 million.
which would make sense because they they called themselves like the leisure airlines. It's like that's the nice way of saying the shittiest airlines. Which I don't mind because like I'm a cheap flyer, like I can suffer for 3 hours. But the fact that they sold for $1.5 billion and then WhatsApp, which is basically an app that people can just text each other on, sold for 15 times that.
Yeah, maybe we need to get into app development.
I mean, you can just have Chat GPT make you an app. It will code it and everything.
Hear me out. You want to hear my app idea?
I mean, I had an app idea too. You go first.
Okay. This is clearly correlated with my apartment living the last few years. I have an app right now that like unlocks my package room, for example, or I have the ability to like open the gate or whatever. But you know what we don't have is the ability to call the elevator before you get to the elevator. So that's what mine is. You have to be within a certain proximity. You can't just be like across the globe and be like, I'm just gonna keep fucking with my elevator right now. But like you're walking up and at my last apartment I had underground parking and it was kind of just a straight shot. Like I would park and it's just right there. But if you get like groceries or if you just have a bunch of stuff and your hands are full, it's kind of difficult to like like if you have a big box, you kind of got to do the thing where you put it up against your chest and up against the wall. And then you kind of got to do the quick little like you have your hand underneath and then you got to hit the button quick and bring your hand back. Just one of many examples, you know, like 17 bags of groceries in your hands. It's kind of hard to like navigate through. But with the elevator app, you can call your elevator before you get there, and the door realistically could be open and waiting for you. And let's take it a step further. This is the upgrade for 99 cents, of course.
Priority.
Click the floor. Click the floor before you even get there. You say, I'm headed to the elevator now and I'm going to floor 4. So when you get in there, you don't even have to press a button. That's what you did because you press the button for the elevator, you get in the elevator, and then you got to press the button again. This, for 99 cents, of course, will take you to your floor.
I think this is a horrendous idea in your apartment building. Like when you're like 5 or 6 stories, I'm assuming. Not great.
The one I'm currently in.
Yep.
No, we're still at just 4.
Okay. Yeah. Then
Keep
it's
it at 4.
I'm talking, you put this in for free at like Brooklyn and like high rises of like 20 or more that has one elevator.
Rockefeller Plaza.
You put it in for free, but then you charge people for like how you can jump people on touch tunes by paying more.
Yeah.
You do that. So like, I'm going to spend, even if it's like $1.99 for priority elevator, you could just jump people online because you spend so much time waiting for elevators in big cities. It's kind of like,
yeah, like the person wants to go to floor 15, but you're priority, so you go to 27 first, and then we come back down to 15.
Like the lady's trying to get down to the lobby because she's trying to like give birth to a child, and you're like, got priority, bitch.
I like that, Matt. I think we have something here.
Yeah.
The free version gets you just to open the door.
Yeah.
And then the next level is it takes you can pre-order your floor ahead of time so you don't have to press that button, plus germs and shit. The next level, and we're going to test market this in big cities, is priority floor passes or whatever we want to call them. And we're going to have puns for everything's going to be a pun. What's your app idea?
It's called iGrenade. It works in only iPhones, and every iPhone would have to come with a small bit of C4 in it. But if you have the app, you just put in like a 35-digit code, and then your phone turns into a hand grenade, and you can just throw it. Like, have you ever been in a situation where you're like, man, I wish I had a hand grenade right now? I mean, me neither, but like, it would be nice to have that option.
Yeah. Maybe not the best idea, but I'm right there with you. We got to do something with like flamethrowers.
Yeah, I really thought flamethrowers would be more of a part of my life growing up. I would be like, yeah, the first thing I do when I turn 18, I'm buying a humongous flamethrower. Turns out like they're just not very practical.
Or maybe we need to look into that app that was like a glass of beer and then you would like drink it and it would tip. They're like, whatever happened? Let's bring that back. I want the flame back.
Like, yeah, you could have one that was like a Zippo lighter.
Or the fucking violin.
Nobody
knew how to play violin. You just went on there to make noise.
Violin's one of those instruments, unless you're really good at it, it sounds like a horse dying. Like my brother playing violin growing up, just fucking limping through Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, just shoot me in the head.
And if people ever question how good of friends Matt and I have been and how long, I hate to admit it, but I've been to more of your brother's violin lessons than I care to admit.
Dude, we would just incite chaos. I remember like my dog Scruffy was in the car and we just like grabbed Scruffy and put him inside the building and shut the door. And he just started ripping around there. Fun fact for you. The first bee I ever got stung by and how I learned to do the monkey bars were outside of my brother's violin lessons.
Okay.
That sounded a lot cooler in my head. What else we got?
Were you ever with me when we locked that guy in the porta potty at my brother's baseball game?
Yeah, we found like an old mattress and grabbed one of the springs off of it. That guy was so pissed.
Oh, dude. My mom was pissed too. She had to let him out.
Yeah.
It's like, that could be somebody's like worst nightmare, just getting locked in a porta potty.
Oh, my worst nightmare is because I would stand up on the. I mean, this is what I did when like we'd always put sticks in it, and you could just stand up on the seat and like kick the door open. My worst nightmare is someone puts in like what we put in, like a piece of wrought iron steel, where you're not breaking it, and you get up on there and you kick it, and you just like backfire, and the porta potty just tips over. Like at that point, if I'm in a porta potty and it tips over and shit's going everywhere and I have a handgun, first thing I'm doing is blowing my head off.
You know, one of my fears is having my hands full of stuff and not being able to call my elevator properly and get to my floor. My fear is there's a world war and I don't have a grenade on hand.
It's like if you're in a bank situation where it's being robbed and you're tied up and you have your phone. I mean, you could call 911. That would be pretty practical, but be like, watch this, guys. And you type in a 35-digit combo and just slide your phone across the floor.
You got to remember that. I can't remember a 6-digit combo to get into my old computer. So,
yeah, I have like a weird memory for stuff like that. Like I
well,
still
I
remember
just did it on the date. It's a date. I can't remember because the last one was December 12th, 2025. So it was 111225. Maybe that's it. Fuck, that's probably it.
What else? Social media trends that you don't like.
Okay. I am sick and tired of these people who are playing quarterback and they're trying to get random shit to jump off sides.
Some of those are pretty funny.
They were funny right away, but like the other day there was ones like somebody's like, I'm gonna get this train to jump off sides. And then I wanted to throw them in front of a train.
I wanted to do one where it's like, I want to try to get my grandpa to jump off sides and I'm just in a cemetery.
I don't know. It's just ridiculous. But I also do get sucked in and fully invested into like random reels on Instagram because I'm fully invested in some guy taking apart a very old chainsaw motor right now. I know like what he's doing. What is a carburetor? I have no idea. Couldn't tell you. But let's just say I can't wait for part 5 to come out later.
Dude, okay. So I told you like roll for soda on Facebook. There's like a guy named Zach who like rolls and makes like different sodas. I was pretty into that one. Some guy came out with roll for ribs where he just makes a bunch of ribs. And that one's even better.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go get ribs after this.
Oh, so good. Another one that what else am I been my algorithm? I'm still into that guy that's redoing a house in like Slovenia.
Oh, Justice Reed or Justice.
Yeah, Justice Reed. He's from South Dakota.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he gets every brand deal from every mid-tier European appliance company there is under the sun.
Oh, I love it. It's like if you're ever in Hungary and want an oven.
Dude, he has like 8 million followers.
Oh, yeah. Just a ton.
Okay, you can think of yours, but I have another one. I saw a dude post a reel of him training for basketball. Simple, right? But it's in the winter and it's in the snow. And he's like, all right, I gotta train today. And he gets to the court at the park, and there's several inches of snow. So he has to shovel and he's like making a clearing. And then there's drone footage and it's all inspirational. And you're like, I want to go shoot hoops now. Like, wow, look at this guy grinding away and doing what he has to do, training in sub-zero temperatures. But then you think about it for a while and you're like, wait a minute. Has this guy never heard of an indoor court before? Or perhaps, dare I say it, a YMCA? This pissed me off so much I looked it up. There's over 2,500 YMCAs in the United States. Why are you shoveling snow off of an outdoor basketball court? Also, this dude was like our age. If you haven't made the league yet, you're probably not going to.
Okay, well, let's stop it on that talk. There's still a good chance that I hit my growth spurt and make it to the show. But along the basketball ones, there's this kid named Troy who's like road to D1 day 12,604. Like at one point he was a junior in high school in Brooklyn and then like somehow reclassified himself. He's like redoing my junior year for a better chance to go D1. And then he like moved to Arizona to do overtime elite and then never played. And then he moved back to Brooklyn, and now he's at IMG Academy playing for their like JV team. And I'm like, he's like 20 at this point. And I'm like, maybe you're not going to go D1.
So this dude's hitting the transfer portal before even being able to hit the transfer. It's like his version of the transfer portal.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
You know, back in my day, you played middle linebacker, undersized, and you took what you could get. What you got was honorable mention, All West Region, AA in North Dakota football.
Yeah, it's basically the show.
Saints, the wheel to excel. Who was the captain of the defense? Me. Why didn't I play offense? Couldn't remember the plays.
Okay. We're getting pretty long here, so I'll just go over this next one pretty quick.
I'm gonna go long on mine, so we're just gonna go long today.
There's a new Barbie coming out that's autistic. They have to tell you that. And I was like, how do you know it's autistic? Well, they're like, well, it has a tablet and a fidget spinner.
It's just wearing headphones.
And it's wearing like noise canceling headphones. I'm like, okay, I'm wearing headphones now. I've been playing with a fidget spinner this entire time. And I have like 4 tablets.
You know what I have? Thousands of dollars in podcasting equipment, and none of it works besides this goddamn computer. What is this new Barbie? White, black, Mexican, Asian?
I think she's black.
Okay, well, we need to maybe rethink that, Barbie.
Yeah, that's all I had.
I don't want to get political, but like I just had like an epiphany earlier. Isn't it funny? Like the same people who like praised Charlie Kirk's death are now upset that ICE killed somebody. What's the difference? They're both humans.
Yeah, that's tough.
But I just noticed that. It was like, wait a minute. I remember on your story you were okay with Charlie Kirk dying. But now we're not okay with somebody getting shot. Which one is
it goes the other way too, because they're like, oh my god, Charlie Kirk's dying, and then it's like a mom of 3 gets shot 3 times in the face. I feel like one could have done just fine. Like, I don't know why you have to triple tap her in the face. But then like, yeah, you get to that and they're like, yeah, she had it coming, and it's like, what?
Yeah, the bullet was coming at a high rate. That's how guns work.
Yeah.
Anyway, just want to throw that out there. Okay, so Matt, movie theaters down here way better than back home.
Yeah, the fact that you can get an artisan flatbread pizza and walk that to your seat is just beyond me. It's like up here, it's like, would you like some expired Reese's Pieces and some extra butter that Jeff over there dunked his balls in? It's like, yeah, I'll take both.
Yeah, you're lucky to get like nachos or like an old crusty soft pretzel with the same cheese that is served with the nachos. Just a different style of dipping. But I went to a movie the other day, and I had been to one before, but I just kind of skipped concessions that time. I just was kind of just going to check a flick, but went to a movie, and I'm like, all right, like I just ate right before it, but I'm like, okay, I'm probably just gonna get like a small popcorn and a drink or something. And then I'm perusing the menu, and I see on there that I can get a crispy chicken sandwich. And I had no business ordering a crispy chicken sandwich, but I did because I wanted to rate it. The funny part is I ordered it, and then it was taking a while, and I was waiting in the food line, and somebody before me ordered a margarita flatbread. I was like, what kind of fucking asshole orders a margarita flatbread? And they're like, crispy chicken sandwich. I was like, oh, that's me over here. Really that's not much different. But you're still ordering a full-on entree at a movie theater.
I want to see like someone's watching like Godzilla versus King Kong, and they just have this 18-inch flatbread in front of them, just like
Dude, it's great. They have bars here. You can like just
Oh,
drink at the movie theater. It's awesome.
back in
Um,
my day, you sneak long necks into the movie theater.
yeah, and then you have 6 empties in front of you, but it's dark. So then when your drunk friend gets up and goes to the bathroom, he kicks 3 of them over, and you just hear glass clanking down the stairs. And then your corner of the movie theater reeks like Fireball while you're watching American Sniper, and you debate joining the military the next day.
Yeah.
I've seen it before. But I'll just say real quick so we can get on to it. I went to The Housemaid, and right away I was like, okay, this is a chick flick. Like, why am I here? It is with Sydney Sweeney. Well, thank you. And I gotta admit, fellas, ladies, whoever's listening, if you're looking for a good movie, go check out The Housemaid. It's actually just a wonderful thriller. It has a crazy twist. I think it was from a book series that was released or written in like 2020 something, the best-selling series. So there's a sequel and then there's also a prequel. So like I kind of like that because you find out what happens in this movie, but then you know there's more down the road. Quite a cliffhanger at the end. For what it's worth, side boob, Sydney Sweeney. So I mean, check that out. But I give my chicken sandwich a 7.1, and I'm taking into consideration that it's a movie theater crispy chicken sandwich. I'm giving The Housemaid an 8.5. Wonderful movie, thriller, a lot of twists, a lot of good looking people. The guy in there, I'm not gay, but I would think about it.
Yeah, he's in Yellowstone or
Oh,
in
wow. More like
19,
Yellow Bone.
1923. That is a whole different show. I'm on season 2 of that.
All right. Well, we're gonna finish off real quick. Do we have who was the playoffs, NFL playoffs? Oh, I have my in the college football, I have Miami, you have Indiana, correct?
Yep.
That's gonna be a juicy one. NFL, do you have that on hand
Yeah.
real quick?
So you have 49ers, they won.
Mm-hmm.
Chargers, they lost. Bills, they won. Patriots, they
One. They beat the
won. Broncos had a bye. Eagles,
lost to the 49ers.
okay. Rams beat the Panthers. I have Texans and Steelers for some reason. I picked those are my 1 and 2 picks.
I noticed that.
The Jaguars, they lost. Panthers lost. Packers lost. Seahawks had a bye and the Bears won. So I'll have
3.
3 and you'll have like 100.
It's funny, I didn't gamble. Well, I kind of did, but I predicted every winner so far until the Texans Steelers tonight. I'm going Texans for what it's worth. This won't be out until afterwards, so it's not worth the goddamn thing. But all right, we're gonna do the Olympics, guys. That's our ranking game we play every once in a while. Basically, we pick a topic and then we hand out medals, just like the Olympics. We got gold, silver, bronze, lost in the medal round. We can do honorable mentions. We can do DQs. We usually say it's open for interpretation because sometimes our topics are broad. But today we're actually going from a set list, and that list is Disney Channel original movies. Matt brought up the idea because we had quite a discussion about it. Which one do I click on, Matt? Original, just the Disney Channel original movies or Disney original movies? Disney Channel.
Yes. They have to be the ones that go straight from because Disney original movies, I think, is like Lizzie McGuire.
Oh, Ben, there's a lot. I should have really done this ahead of time, but Matt, I'll let you go first as I fucking go through this.
All right. I'm gonna go my number 1 pick, and it probably is my favorite. So of the Olympics of Disney Channel original movies, I'm gonna go gold medal, Luck of the Irish.
God damn it.
It's just a pretty good movie. I haven't seen it in a while. I think I try to watch it at least once a year and I fall asleep every time, but
oh, there's so many good movies on here right now.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. So that's I got Luck of the Irish. I didn't really do other research other than just the name of it. So
and honestly, like I think mine ends at a certain year. because
but
I don't know. I like went from like the 4th to 5th grade, and I was like, that's gay.
yeah.
Okay, I saw this one. It jumped out at me on the very extensive list. There's a shitload. But for my gold medal in the Olympics of Disney Channel original movies, I'm gonna go with Johnny Tsunami. Absolute classic.
Yeah.
I love in that movie how big of a dick his dad is and how awesome his grandpa is. And I was like, was there just a lag in generations where like his dad was definitely smoking weed and then his grandpa's definitely smoking weed and his dad's just kind of like a military D-bag kind of guy. But then it skips down to Johnny and he's like, I kind of want to smoke weed like grandpa.
I mean, it's one of those that like is a lot of Disney Channel original movies have very underlying racist tones to them. This
Yeah.
one is like they like come up with slurs for he's like, get to the other side of the mountain, you urchin. And it's like, I don't know what that means. It's like, no, you can't drink from that water fountain.
Nice.
Yeah, but that's a great one. I'm gonna go with my silver medal, and I'm gonna go with Smart House.
Wow.
Um,
Great.
Smart House is great. One of my favorite scenes from it, other than them somehow doing a choreographed dance, which I figured was a little gay, but when he's like, "Where do I put my dishes?" or "What do I do?" He's like, "Just throw it on the floor," and he just throws the food on the floor, and it just cleans it up. Yeah,
There's definitely a big drop off on this list. I'm not going to say right now to not give away my position, but like there's a certain point where I'm just like I actually talk shit about a lot of these. Um gosh, this is tough, but I think I have to go with my silver medal pick of being the Even Stevens movie. And now I will admit the movie itself was okay. But just the fact that it is part of the Even Stevens franchise, if you will. I mean, such a classic TV show. That was definitely my favorite show growing up. And then they go on to make the movie. I think that all of it works together. Kind of like Entourage. They did something very similar where they had like this extensive TV show, a bunch of fans of the show and great characters, and then at the end they just decided to like make a movie. So I gotta go with the Even Stevens movie. I think what are they like on an island? And
yeah.
then
They
they
go.
find like
They're
a
on like
golden hot dog or something.
they're on like a hidden game show where they're like, "Oh yeah, we gave you a free trip to an island," but it's like kind of like the Truman Show where everyone's just watching them. Also, one of the biggest plot holes in movie histories is how their neighbor kid just gets left with them for the summer and they take him on vacation even though he's not really close to age in any of their kids.
It's a real travesty, let me tell you. Man, there's so many good
Yeah.
movies on this list. What do you
I'm
got?
gonna go with my bronze medal. I'm gonna go with Cheetah Girls.
Oh, it's a
Um,
terrible pick.
Cheetah Girls, great movie. Some of the funniest lines of any of the movies, or the fact that they like bully a girl because she's poor, is kind of funny. They're like, "Gross, you're poor. Get out of the band." And then they put on some sort of concert for, mind you, the only reason they put the concert on is because a dog was like stuck in a pipe. Not really sure how those things go along, but Cheetah Girls just ripped.
My next pick, I'm trying to choose between two because I already know what my lost in the medal round is, and it's really just like just like a respect pick. I don't even think it's like that great of a film, but this next one's tough. Okay, I have one there. What is the other one? I'm forgetting. There's just so many good movies. Where's it at? Oh, fuck. All right. I'm gonna go with this movie was released in 1998. That's how you know it's an OG. I gotta go with the movie Brink. I've never seen such a good piece of cinematography about are they just rollerblading?
Yeah.
It's
Uh,
it's it's really they basically took the story of the Lords of Dogtown, but like brought it down to like a PG version. It's the same concept because you have like the outcast team of rollerbladers, and then you have like the sponsored team. back in the day when that movie came out, I thought all of their uniforms and equipment, it was just like the best shit out there. I was terrible on rollerblades, just not really good on wheels. But I wanted that. He gets recruited to the sponsored team. He abandons his friends. It's this touching tale of friendship and betrayal all at the same time, which was really hard to process as a 5-year-old. You know what I mean? What I did like, probably my favorite scene, which I think I did attempt as a child, was when he fakes sick. Okay. He takes the heating pad and he like makes his head all warm. And then he's got that little mini squirt gun and he's like sweating and shit. I think I tried that. It didn't work super well. But the fact that a movie inspired me to try to play hooky with a mini water gun and a heating pad, also dangerous. You could electrocute yourself. You mix the two, it's not going to be great. My pick, Brink, be hard pressed to tell me otherwise.
Lost in the Medal Round. I'm gonna go with Full Court Miracle. It's
Great. That was me. That was the one I was debating with.
The nuances of this movie are so good. Like, it's a all Jewish basketball team who just sucks, and they see. Oh, I don't know. They're the Maccabees.
Oh yeah, the Jesuits, right?
And like the premise of the movie is they have to finish playing this basketball game before like the oil in the generator runs out.
Yeah, like the power is just ran by like christened holy oil from a rabbi from like 1300 years ago. It's like, okay, we are getting deep into the weeds of the energy source of this gym.
And their team sucks. And they go to like a local park and they find the only black guy. And they're like, "You're our coach of our team. I'll pay you whatever my Dr. J rookie card's worth."
Then that's great. And it's funny because actually those Jews are smart because they leveraged a Dr. J card to a guy who's living in his van to get them to coach or him to coach them, which he does. And it's like, wow, these kids are smart as hell.
And then their coach just at the end of the year makes it to the NBA. Like within the same month that he started coaching the Maccabees, and living in his van, he made it to the NBA.
Well, you want to know why he made it to the NBA, Matt? Is because he was putting in the man hours by shoveling snow off of an outdoor court when there was indoor courts all over the city. YMCA's at every corner. Yet he says, I'm going to go outside. I'm going to get my 100 shots up. Rain, shine, snow, 7 inches. I'm going to shovel it. I'm going to do my drone footage and inspire children across the country.
I don't know if you noticed, but the best play that they had involved the fat kid on their team getting down on all fours and barking like a dog.
I think we tried to run that in our elementary school basketball program.
I mean, if you can't beat them, become Jewish and start a basketball team.
And before I even say my Lost in the Medal Round, I do want to just a quick side note. Now that we're grown, well into our 30s, you know, mature. If you watch these movies back, it's gonna be a lot of nostalgia. However, these are terrible movies.
Oh, awful.
Like they're not the way you remembered them. They're just put together really, and like you said, plot holes left and right. You're like, wait a minute. And this next one has quite the plot hole. But I'm just saying it because I respect the balls they had naming it this, of a Disney Channel original movie aimed at children. Okay. And let me give you the premise before I give you the title. Okay. 2 hot blonde chicks playing basketball. And I can't really honestly remember what it's about, but like one gets injured. They make grilled cheese in the fucking apartment.
Yeah, they put refried beans on grilled cheese.
Oh,
and this girl's
man.
like, "Can we be best friends now? We're both gonna have diarrhea later."
Yeah, they're shoveling the snow off the outdoor court at their apartment to get up their shots. We all know that's the path to success. And the executive producers, the bosses over at Disney said, "Hey, you know what? You know what we're going to name this? Double Teamed." And that's my Lost in the Medal Round pick, strictly for the name. Terrible movie, But the fact that they named this movie with 2 hot blonde chicks double teamed, that takes 4 guys. If you're doing the math.
There's like a analytical breakdown of the last play they do, which
I
is
don't
like
remember anything about the movie besides the shitty grilled cheeses and homegirl spraining her ankle. They're both hot blonde.
So pretty much like she gets the ball at mid court and then they like cut scene and she's 30 feet up the court. And then she does like, oh, it's her best move. And it's literally just her bouncing her feet up and down in the same spot. Like, wow, that's really going to throw everyone off. And then like they take the actual time that it took them to run this play. They had like 9 seconds and they take like 2.5 minutes to run the play.
I was literally just about to say that. I love when the clock is winding down. I think they do it in Airbud as well, not Airbud 2. But yeah, it's like 10 seconds left. And if you were to count in real time, the 10 seconds would go by and they took like 2 dribbles.
Yeah.
But in the movie time, it's like 3 minutes of just like the most inspirational movie or music you've ever heard. Okay, let's just go from the top, Matt, from 1997, and we'll just go like through like maybe a couple of years, not all of them, but we'll just alternate of like honorable mentions because there's a lot of like decent ones. I liked Under Wraps, honorable mention.
What's Under Wraps?
That's the one where the mummy comes to life.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think the biggest miss on all of our lists, and it should have been on there, is Xenon, Girl of the 21st Century.
Zoom, 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 zoom. Boom, boom, boom.
What's
the 13th year homeboy like turns into a fucking mermaid? And I want to know the biology behind that. How was he procreated? Where's the vagina?
Yeah, that's another one of like someone's a little different. They're like, get away from me, freak.
Genius, not bad. Homegirl from Shameless is in that. Don't Look Under the Bed. I Shit My Pants. Horse Sense. I watched that like a year ago. I watched it this last summer at the lake cabin. I remember it very clearly. Up, Up and Away.
Up and Away is pretty good. The Color of Friendship should not be a Disney Channel movie. It covers like the ending of apartheid in South Africa and a lot of racial tension.
Is that it? I don't remember that one.
Miracle in Lane 2 with Frankie Muniz being a boxcar driver.
Isn't he cripple?
I think so. Alley Cat Strike.
Phantom of the Megaplex.
That was on my list.
If it was Christmas season, I don't mind The Ultimate Christmas Present and 'Twas the Night. Both pretty decent.
I hate all the Halloween towns. I think they're terrible.
Motocross, Jet Jackson the movie.
Yeah, Eddie's $1 Million Cook-Off.
Oh man, I thought that was like the most delicious shit ever.
Pixel Perfect. I thought the girl that they like make in that movie was the hottest girl of all time. She looks like bad AI.
No, but that year is where I cut off. From 2004 to 2005, I don't like any of them. High School Musical, get out of here. I don't even know these besides High School Musical 2, Camp Rock. They made several Cheetah Girls, apparently.
Yeah, go figure. One of the Cheetah Girls, they go to Barcelona. Jump In had the guy from High School Musical where he somehow they gets into competitive jump roping.
Dude, I don't know these movies.
Minutemen was okay. Yeah, I don't know pretty much anything after like 2008.
Cadet Kelly, did I say that?
Yep. Oh, Get a Clue with Lindsay Lohan.
Oh wow. Mom's Got a Date with a Vampire. It's a decent little Halloween watch.
Yeah,
trying to get in the zone. His mom's just about to get plowed by a vampire in a coffin. Now that is a fetish.
There's a lot of these that could be porn parodies. There's one called Poof Point. Like, you don't even have to change Poop Point.
Quince.
Quince sucked.
That's on the DQ list. What would the porn parody be?
Queefs. Oh man, yeah. There's it's just such good movies, but yep. That's pretty much all
Up
we
and
have.
Away porn parody. Up and I'm gay.
All right.
Horse Dixon.
All right, that's our show this week. We'll see you next week for 282. Jordan might have his microphone figured out.
Probably not. Don't count on it.